detailing work, like if you guys are doing any kind of fringe work around the ear, a lot of times, and doing it, you know, up all the paper, it's a lot easier to control a shorter blade than it is to get in there. Your hand is closer, you got more stability.
Yeah, like honestly, a 6.5 I can use for everything all day, truly. But it, you know, it's like it felt really long at first, and then as I used it more, I got used to it, and it was like super comfortable. But you know, it takes adjusting. Like I always tell people, if you're trying to use a tool that you're not used to, it's always best to kind of start using it like daily for at least 2 or 3 days. Force yourself to use it. I fell in love with a 7-inch shear when I forgot my shears at home one day. And it was the only thing in my drawer, and I didn't have a choice. And I started point cutting with it, and that's what we're about to do. Like we'll have some fun with that one.
I think you guys find that the longer shear, once you get used to it, it's so hard to go back down to the shorter.
It really is.
Because you can get so much more accomplished, especially those of you who do women's hair as well. The longer the blade, the deeper point cutting you get, the more texture. I mean, your one length cuts, I mean, think about it, it's just math. The longer the blade, the more hair, the straighter the line you make, instead of having to connect a bunch of smaller lines.
Now that, you said it was a 7-inch when you passed around.
Yeah. It comes longer, it comes shorter, but that's a common size, 6.5, 7 for barber.
So back to my like detailing comb, right? Like anything left here, let's just go back and scissor over comb, just so I can show you. I mean, like even at that length, I mean, you can scissor over comb like little areas, right? But I wouldn't use it to scissor over comb the whole line, just because you're wasting your time, truly. But like detail work is fine at this length, but like I wouldn't really waste my time trying to do it for the whole haircut. Like to take out a line this way would be like just tedious. You're working way harder than you need to. Like if you want to go back and adjust things, like that's totally fine. Like I can come back and kind of soften up some spots if I'm not totally happy with it, you know. Like let's say like this little spot right there. Right? Like I don't like that. I'm nitpicky. Like I'll nitpick the hell out of this haircut for an hour. Got it. So we'll come back around. Going pretty good on time. So if you're trying to do like little like tiny detail work like this, you're always cutting like right. The only way you can do it is cutting at the heel of the comb. Like you cannot really cut the hair working anywhere but the heel of that comb. So you really have to keep the shear stable and work right at the butt of the comb. It's going to be really hard not. It's going to be really hard not to put another line in the cut if you're not working right there at the heel of the comb, right? And I'm using like a tiny shear because that's going to help me get a little closer. You know, I typically try to tell people who are doing, you know, kind of a diverse range of haircuts and they really want to perfect scissor over comb. It's really good to have a detailing shear, right? And then an efficiency shear. God, I can't talk. No more finding.
You know, there's a reason we have 54 different shears. I mean, does anybody here follow Justin Thomas? He's one of our, I mean, if you don't follow Justin Thomas Hair on Instagram, he's our artistic director. He's incredible. He's only been cutting hair for 7 years, and it'll blow you away, even in his 50-second Instagram video. But he has a phrase that Picasso didn't paint with just one brush, right? I mean, there's efficiency, and there's detailing, there's chunking shears, there's thinning shears. There's something for every function. There's not one shear that does everything.
Sign it. Log on. Log on. Yeah.
A lot of you guys probably already follow Andrew Does Hair, Anthony Barber 916. A lot of the gray matter guys out of LA.
So I'm just gonna go back, detail it.
You said Justin Thompson, that's what you said?
Justin Thomas. Hair. No relation.
So to be fair, don't laugh at me. I don't always use a cordless trimmer.
There's no problem with that. That's what we're all doing now.
Yes. I love these wall Sterlings.
Oh my god.
As soon as it gets there.
It's the greatest thing ever.
It's hard.
What do you do with the charger?
I mean, I charge.
You got two of them?
Yeah, I got two. Yeah, but
You can't beat a GTX outliner though. Like I love
I don't know.
Andis outliners, but hey, you know what? For heavier duty work,
Let's get to that lane.
let's do it once done.
Yeah. That transmitted energy to it.
As far as performance,
Just say, teach you some more stuff.
they're amazing. As far as from us, can't
Sweet. All right, we're done. Start. Thanks for doing it.
If we can't fix them, we never replace them. That's the best thing in the sharpening, having somebody come through someone like you repair, pick those up. I mean, it's like and you guys are lucky because we do a lot of climbing just in Nashville. We don't have a rep in Nashville, and so when they got to send those off, but you guys have stuff here that can come to the shop and in person.
I still haven't killed the I haven't killed the battery on the damn thing. I travel for like 3-4 days at a time, and I'll use it literally for 10-15 years. It's never died. I've tried to kill it. Like I intentionally don't put it on the charger. Let's see, where the hell am I going? Okay. All right, guys. So the next shear I'm going to use, this is the barber's best friend, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God, this
I'm
thing.
getting that.
This thing will save your ass whenever you're when you're running out of time. This is the tool that you need.
We call them the erasers. Not that you guys make mistakes, but
We all make mistakes, and that's how you learn. 42 texturizer. So 42 texturizer, I'll just come back in. I'm going to soften all of the grain here.
now everyone's got what they call a thinning shear. By the way, us as a company, we never use that word because I don't care if it's a male client or a female on your chair. They don't want to hear the word thinning when you're standing behind them, ever.
True.
But everyone's pulled it out and went to use it on the client, and it pulls and the client moves a little bit. That would never happen with our texturizer shears, ever. And the reason behind that is twofold. We use the same metal that we use on the dry shears on our texturizing shears. So also the bottom of the teeth are rounded instead of flat, so it can glide out. And the space that the hair gets to move is wider than the space that's being cut. So if you have, let's use a bigger scale. If you have an inch of hair you're cutting, but at the bottom of the tooth is 1.5 inches, that hair has freedom to move. But if it's the same width all the way down, it'll get snagged. So as much as our shears are amazing, our texturizer shears just change the game completely. No, he's using the 40 tooth. Now his favorite one is probably the 27 tooth, the HH14T. Why we call it that, I don't know. But it's curved. Yeah, the 40T is called the one with 40 teeth is called the 40T. The one with 27 teeth is called the 14T. We just want to confuse people. But it's got curved teeth. You can still use it for this.
Oh no, you're not. So just softening up any lines that I left behind. I am.
But everybody was doing it, so.
What was it? I'm sorry.
You use that one on the top.
Occasionally, yeah. Like I will. A lot of times, you'll actually see what I typically do for the top. I'm just using it to kind of soften that line that I cut along the parietal, right? Without taking my corner out completely. Like, all right, let's get to the good stuff.
And again, with the traditional barber movement, there's not, take-loss lineups. You're kind of leaving the natural hairline. So he probably gets the table, so someone could do that after this when he doesn't like it. But that's kind of what we just want to expand a little bit. I don't know if you guys are doing a lot of stuff where you're leaving the natural line. Are you?
I mean, a lot of people just want the natural look.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you know what you're doing, bro, you should keep it natural anyway. Even if you touch up a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like you want to soften it, but you don't want to like edge into it. Like I get all these dudes that are coming in from barbershops in Charlotte. They don't work like you guys. You guys are on like a whole another level with some of these dudes in Charlotte. Got no idea what the hell they're doing. I can't even figure it out.
You know what it is? People think because you push it back, it looks so sharp that it's good. No,
Right.
You're making something artificial that's not there. Once it grows back, you're gonna have it like a triple line. Yeah.
I've had clients come in with like we're talking like dude with like finer hair texture with his line like all the way back here, and I'm like dude, I can keep doing that, right? But every 2 weeks you're gonna have like a little fuzzball there. It's always gonna look funny, and I can't see you every 2 weeks. I don't want to see you every 2 weeks. I get tired of you.
Blow drying does that.
So I tell them like, just throw it out. So like, in a hypothetical scenario with a shampoo, I love these. Whoever came up with these.
Yeah, but they go out really quick, man. I'm already on my fourth bottle, man.
Yeah.
Just saying,
Yeah.
man. They better
Well,
figure
Hattori
it out,
Hanzo
man. They
makes
better
sense.
figure it out.
They
I
broke
don't like
them?
you spending money, but I will.
This is pretty cool though.
I don't want the other bottles that have shit.
So you guys see what like doing the like leaving the corners does to soften up the weight? Like it's an undercut, right? But the undercut falls softly, right? Because those corners actually keep the shape of the cut tucked away, right? So like this is going to be really soft, especially after I cut it. So let's come through. Like most of these mince cuts that I'm seeing, like side parts, pompadours, they're all square, right? It's all about how you style the cut, not really how you cut the cut, honestly. So you're just taking horizontal sections, 90-degree elevation. One thing I'm always trying to be conscious of is the whirl. So it's one of the first things I go for is the whirl. His is right here. Pretty good spot. So when I want to preserve length with the whirl, I'll actually over-direct it forward. Spare length there. Sometimes the whirl will be an inch longer, but they'll appreciate it because it'll lay down that way. So this is a little triangular, so I'll just come back and I'm just going to point cut. That's going to create softness. I'm not going to have to go back and texturize it as much at the end of the cut, right? Rather than
Hey guys, a good rule of thumb when you point cut, we kind of have like a phrase. It's called out, not ouch, right? And so if you're only closing the shear when you're pulling away from your finger, you'll never cut yourself.
Say that again.
Remember this phrase: out, not ouch, right? So if you're closing the shear, that's why he's able to do it so fast. He can do it with looking away. He can still cut because he's closing the shear as he pulls away from the hair. So if you close it while you're going in, you're going to cut yourself. Yeah.
So when I do like the top of a mince cut, I will occasionally cut past my second knuckle and break the rule, but I always go back and pick up that hair anyway. You know what I mean? Because you want consistent tension, and most of us are not able to really create consistent tension past our second knuckle. So you'll end up like creating a square that's like a little longer on this side than on this side, right? But you can go ahead and like cut all the way across if you want to. It looks cooler, honestly. See what I'm doing? Like I'll cross over, go ahead and get it out of the way, but then I come back anyway and pick it up, and you can kind of see where I got to keep following through. Over directing the front to the back to spare length around his face. Right? Then I'll come over, I'll bring it all to the side. Now, like sometimes I'll do like really, really heavily disconnected cuts. This is also where I'll come back and like kind of tweak out the corners, like if I didn't get a perfect sectioning. I'll go back and I'll get a perfect sectioning.
So Arya, as far as efficiency, can you touch on this tool right here? For doing what you just did, touch on the 13T.
Yeah.
Can I pass it to you?
I actually.
Do you have it?
Yep. Or no, I got the 14, sorry.
So this tool is really good for simulating point cutting on the top. Here, I'll hold it up so everybody can see. Some people call this a chunker. It's got 13 teeth, right? So instead of, if you're never gonna embrace point cutting, right? You're just cutting up your knuckles. You take that same section, you just cut straight across. What you just did is simulated 13 different point cuts in one section. So for efficiency, when you're talking about turnaround chairs and getting the next guy to sit on this bench, this is a lifesaver for texturizing the top of the head. This is what Justin Thomas calls the eraser. It's 457.
You part on the left. If you were to part your hair, would you part on the left? So here's our undercut, right? If I want to like work on this line, any undercut, really ever, even if I'm going to blend it by pushing it backwards, it's always going to be longer around his face, and I'm going to over direct this hair to his hairline. If you really want to mess up an undercut, cut it right there, right? Because this hair's got to travel to here, and it'll end up shorter than everything else. So you don't want to cut here, you actually want to over direct this hair to the hairline, and then cut the line, right? So I'll come in here, pick up the hair, 0 elevation, right? And I'm just gonna blunt cut it. It's cool. Then that longer piece in the front will act as a retaining wall in the corner along his parietal ridge. Another little trick, if I want to create a softness at the parietal ridge, I'll come in and I'll slide cut it, right? So I just slide it in.
So you'd be able to move around so everybody over here can see it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do it around the whole head.
What's that called?
Slithering, some people call it channeling. He's actually close to the blade, just slightly, not all the way.
You can flip your shear if you want to. Yep.
Everybody would be scared.
So if you see,
$3,000, you can have
If you're
a
actually
shear before
waiting
10
for
minutes.
like something new, I was never gonna do
and if you notice, guys, when we pass around the shear, the tip is blunted, right? And that's for a couple reasons. It protects the client, right? He can literally lay that on the scalp and move it. It's not going to stab anybody. But it's also when you sharpen. If you think about it, if your shears come to a fine point, first of all, I mean.